We ask a lot of questions, we get no answers.
After allegations of political favoritism and wasting taxpayer money, a local citizens group is asking 8 News investigative reporter A.J. Legault to look into how their county is doing business.
In his continuing series, The Brunswick Stew, A.J. uncovers a local government violating a number of state laws.
Brunswick County in Southside Virginia, where tobacco's king and the claim to fame is stew. But what's stewing now?
Smells like a skunk.
In local government,
it really sounds somewhat ridiculous.
Has citizens fuming and uniting to hold their elected officials accountable.
Is this cronyism right here? Favoritism?
I think it's favoritism when you look at that one contract. Certainly do.
Do I have approval of the agenda?
The recently formed citizens group, Better Brunswick Government, asked us to help investigate how the county is awarding contracts.
We're digging into a lot of what's going on in Brunswick County.
When we started digging, what we found definitely fails to pass the sniff test. Citizens seem to agree.
This is like trying to pick up a dead skunk by the sweet-smelling end. The more you handle it, the stinkier you get.
Here's a prime example. In January, Brunswick put out a bid proposal to hire a grass-cutting company to mow at a county park. They received bids from 4 companies.
The one that got accepted is the highest contract over the other 3.
It raises the question, why would the cash-strapped county choose the most expensive mowing company?
Most contracting business, you're looking for the lowest bid, the best bid.
We began investigating. We obtained the grading system Brunswick government used to pick the winning bid. It includes factors such as cost and experience. Here's how the bids graded out. 2 of the 4 companies received the exact same high score.
So if 2 companies by the county's own grading system can do an equally good job mowing the grass in this park, you'd think they'd choose the one with the lowest price.
But instead, they picked the vendor that will cost taxpayers more than an extra $7 grand over the life of the 2-year contract.
It's costing us, the taxpayers.
Looking for answers led us deeper into the contract paperwork, and like the old saying claims, the devil was in the details. Flipping to the page where the winning company listed references, we got quite a shock. Look at the names listed as vouching for the winner: Bernard Jones and Welton Tyler.
And when I looked at one contract in there, I saw 2 board of supervisors that had supported that contract, and I knew it wasn't a fair game.
That's right. Jones and Tyler are both members of the 5-member Brunswick Board of Supervisors who voted to approve the costly contract.
They've given their rubber stamp to it before it even starts.
The Virginia Public Procurement Act is clear. All procurement procedures need to be conducted in a fair and impartial manner with the avoidance of impropriety or appearance of impropriety. We wanted to be fair and talk with the 2 supervisors who appear to have backed the winning bid before it was even voted on.
Tyler, hi. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Hey, Taylor, go. Channel 8. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Can I catch you for 1 second here?
Sure.
But when Board Chairman Welton Tyler realizes what we want to talk about, he basically runs away from our camera.
Your name was listed as a recommendation for one of the bidders. You were listed on there. It raises
Have a good night, man.
It raises
Have a
the
good
issue
night.
of political favoritism.
Have a good night.
Bernard Jones also refused to speak with us. Fellow board member John Cataldo agreed to, but wasn't that forthcoming on this issue.
Why the county would not just take the cheapest route and save money?
I can't disclose that because of we did that in closed session.
With the board not talking, citizens can only speculate.
If I lived in that county, I'd want an explanation.
It would seem fair or reasonable to ask that question.
Yeah.
Mike Thompson, the president for the bipartisan Thomas Jefferson Institute for Public Policy, reviewed the bid documents with us.
On the surface, this looks like something out of some novel, you know, about the way local government is run by the good old boy network. I mean, that's what the papers look like.
It's not just shady looking. Our investigation uncovered that Brunswick government's whole bid process is downright illegal.
Virginia code clearly says all contracts with non-governmental contractors for the purchase of services, such as lawn mowing, shall be awarded after competitive sealed bidding. In a competitive sealed bid, lowest responsible bid always wins. What Brunswick did was award the contract after picking and choosing the company they wanted to hire. State code says they can only do that if they, in advance, set forth in writing why using competitive sealed bidding isn't fiscally advantageous.
Brunswick County never did that, so the contract they awarded to mow this grass violates state law.
How did you become aware that there was an issue with this?
We became aware of it primarily from your email to me. when you inquired about the declaration form. And once we became aware of the declaration form, we have immediately changed our processes.
Brunswick County Administrator Charlotte Woolridge agreed to do what none of the elected officials on the board would: be interviewed and own up to what's been going on.
This has been standard operating procedure for us.
She says they were unaware they were violating state law with their bidding process, and not just on the lawn mowing contract.
All the contracts have been done more or less this way.
100% of the contracts have been done this way. From our standpoint, we thought we were doing everything proper and in order. Now that we are aware of that this is an issue going forward, this is an issue that we are going to make sure that we correct.
The citizens of Better Brunswick government say they'll be watching to ensure just that.
Sooner or later, they could see the wisdom of what we're trying to do. We're not trying to hurt them. It's not that thing. It's trying to help them.
As to why the grass cutting contract was given to the highest bidder, the county administrator claims it was because the company has had that contract in the past and did a great job. But as we showed you, state law says when you're using taxpayer dollars for a job like lawn mowing, low bid always wins. Now, coming up at 5:30, we're going to take a look at the county administrator's own employment contract, and we find it's not worth the paper it's printed on, and citizens are hot about an illegally awarded $10,000 bonus.
People, if it's not their money, they don't really care how they spend it sometimes.
Well, if you've got a story you'd like me to investigate, like BBG